Good morning and welcome to Newswatch Today. I'm Brianna Rivera.
And I'm Grace Dixon. Silver Dollar City is in a legal battle over an amusement ride, and Evangel hosts their annual Make a Difference Day.
A gender reveal party turns deadly, and a new initiative starts for federal police officers. And Kendall Jeffress will have your complete weather information.
And later, we'll have your latest sports news. This is Newswatch Today.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Right now, we have Kendall Jeffress here to give us the first look at the weather.
Yes, Kendall, what does the weather look like this week?
Hey, thanks, guys. After a few days of rain, this Halloween day seems to be drying up and warming up. It is supposed to be warming up to 42 degrees. However, by tonight, it should drop down to just below freezing at 30 degrees. If you're planning on going trick-or-treating, make sure to bundle up so you can hear more about the weather later on in my full forecast. Stay tuned. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kendall. I guess we'll know a little bit more during your full forecast. AGTS has received a generous donation from a local family, and Grace Dixon is standing by to dive deeper into the story. Grace?
AGTS got a huge donation this week that was full of history, so I went over to AGTS to get a closer look. Torah is an important part of the Christian Bible, and now at AGTS, students, faculty, staff, and people in the community have the opportunity to see the Torah scroll up close and personal. The newly donated scroll is located in the AGTS library and is 138 feet long. Made out of clean animal skin, the scroll is stitched together and books range from Genesis to Deuteronomy. I reached out to Dr. Medina and Dr. Hager for more details on the scroll and why receiving the scroll is so special.
Well, this particular scroll, from the documentation that we've been given, was created about 1900, so it's about 125 years old. We don't know the path that the scroll took from Poland to Israel, but it was gifted to us by Ken and Barb Larson. I think we can see how carefully and how painstakingly the scriptures have been copied over the centuries. We compare these scrolls to the scrolls that were found at Qumran, the Dead Sea Scrolls. We see that there's a great deal of continuity and that these scriptures have been passed along and copied faithfully. And it gives us greater confidence in our Bible and the Word of God. The law, the Torah, continues to be a part of our Bible. This was the Bible of Jesus. This was the Bible of the apostles. This is what they read. And I know many people today in Christian circles are rejecting the Old Testament. I think that's a great mistake.
It is very exciting for us to have this particular addition to our collections here at the National Seminary of the Assemblies of God. Our goal is that the donated Torah will never be put away, and we want it to be used, studied, loved, and cherished and shared with the community. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We have plans underway for permanent display and also accessibility for our students and those that come to the seminary and to our library to be able to access it for scholarly work.
AGTS is extremely grateful to the Larson family for the donation of this scroll that was on display earlier this week. Efforts to make a permanent display are currently underway. Back to you, Brianna.
Thanks, Grace. Authorities in a Knoxville, Iowa town say a family's attempt at a gender reveal party for a soon-to-be-born baby went horribly wrong when a homemade device killed a relative. Authorities said that the family members had been experimenting with explosives in the hopes of posting a colorful announcement on social media. The family reportedly welded a metal cylinder to a stand and then packed it with gunpowder that they thought would send the colored baby powder aloft. But authorities say tape covering the top of the cylinder caused it to detonate like a pipe bomb. The Marion County Sheriff's Office said 56-year-old Pamela Krameyer died instantly when debris struck her head Saturday before flying and landing in a nearby field. Krameyer was 45 feet from the device when it exploded. Law enforcement officials expressed condolences to the family and warned about the dangers of using explosive materials. ESGA's Activities Board held an event here on campus that was the first of its kind this week. For more information, we sent out Demarius Little to talk to some members of AB to see what the event was all about.
This past Tuesday, Activities Board hosted an event that took students back in time while also giving them a chance to relax and take a break from the everyday grind of college life.
I am here at Retro Interactive Arcade, which is one of the events that we call a create your own event, meaning that the student team gets to decide what the event is going to look like.
Retro Interactive gave students an opportunity to take a break and come out and play various video games that were set up in an arcade style. I talked to Activities Board Director Chrissy Rowden to give some background about the inspiration for the event.
We definitely wanted to have an event that was kind of indoors and in the joust and kind of come and go. And so the idea of what could we build around like as a theme, and so they loved the idea of like old school games and the 80s theme and the bright colors and all those kinds of things, and then it kind of built the event from there.
The event was the first of its kind, and it also gave students the opportunity to go back to their dorm rooms with different treats and prizes.
So for prizes, we have little animal keychains, we also have tons of candy, and then we have just a bunch of little other small prizes like the pullback cards, a couple of whistles, party blowers as well, just a couple things like that, very small prizes.
The event was a success, and while this was just the first time AB has ever put on this event, it certainly won't be the last.
That's all I have here for the toast. Reporting for ETV, I'm Demarius Little.
Thanks, Demarius. In August, Silver Dollar City announced it's building a $23 million expansion that includes a water ride called Mystic River Falls. However, court filings indicate Silver Dollar City is in a legal battle over naming rights with a man who once turned part of his suburban California home into a seasonal haunted house attraction. Scott DeVonzo is trying to block the Branson area theme park from using Mystic River Falls, saying that it is too similar to Mystic Motel, the name DeVonzo gave to the haunted house attraction he created in 2013. Although the lawsuit says Mystic Motel Haunted House is no longer operational and the Mystic Motel name doesn't appear to be in use, DeVonzo is demanding Silver Dollar City change the name of its new ride to avoid confusion and unfair competition. Silver Dollar City has responded saying that they went through the necessary steps to register the Mystic River Falls mark with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, and DeVonzo did not oppose Silver Dollar City's application during the requisite opposition period. Although there is a dispute between local police departments and federal law enforcement agencies over body-worn cameras, as local police officers wear such cameras and federal agents don't, the Justice Department announced a pilot program to allow police officers serving on federal task forces to wear their body cameras in select cities. A Justice Department official said that the rationale for this certainly operational safety and security concerns, such as protecting sensitive or tactical methods used in arresting violent fugitives or conducting covert investigations. Local task force officers in at least 6 large and mid-sized cities will be allowed to use their cameras for periods of 90 days starting Friday, and the program will be re-examined after January. Every year, students at Evangel have a unique opportunity to help their community through donating their time to projects around the Springfield area. This past Saturday, there were 10 different locations that students could choose from to help at. The volunteer opportunities included Springfield Dream Center, Freedom City Church, Ronald McDonald House Charities, and many others. Students were sorting clothing, painting, and doing whatever these charities needed to be done. There were nearly 150 volunteers.
Coming up next, a spike in Springfield drug overdoses has officials concerned.
And actor David Farmer is here to talk about the upcoming fall play. We'll be back.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The world is waiting for you to make an impact in the career field God has called you to. He has equipped you with the creativity, skills, and talents you need to be successful. And at Evangel, you'll be empowered with a dynamic education and a spirit-led community that will help turn His design into your life's calling for global ministry in every vocation. Unleash your potential. Visit us today.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just
Please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
How do we learn? We learn from study, practice, and concentration. We learn from falling down and from getting back up. We learn from those who have gone before us. We learn from each other. And we learn from looking inside ourselves. And as we learn to learn, we grasp more than just knowledge. We learn the wisdom to apply it. Because learning is more than discovering how to do what we do. It's also discovering why we do it. Evangel University.
Better Life in Recovery, a Springfield organization that helps those recovering from addiction, put together an emergency summit earlier this week in response to an overwhelming spike in local overdose cases. The event was hosted at the Well on College Street and featured a panel that included the Greene County Medical Examiner, the Springfield Mayor, the Health Department Director, and State Representative Lynn Morris. Attendees had a chance to learn about various treatment programs, harm reduction, and even Narcan training. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley addressed the group from Washington, D.C., saying he is asking the Drug Enforcement Agency to send a heroin fentanyl enforcement team to investigate the source of the drugs leading to the spike. According to the Greene County Medical Examiner, there were 96 overdose deaths in Greene County last year and 63 so far this year, with 20 more awaiting verification through lab tests. Evangel University's fall play is just around the corner, and Grace Dixon is standing by to tell us more. Grace?
Thanks, Brianna. The theater department is working hard as they prepare for their production of Rainmaker. I'm here with actor David Farmer to talk about the production. Thank you for coming to the program today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So can you talk about what the play is and how you decided to be a part of the play?
The play, as you know, is called Rainmaker, and it is about a family who's living in the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl in the middle of America, and they are just praying for rain. They have drought. And a con man comes around and offers them that if they pay him $100, that he can bring rain. And how did I get into the play? Dr. Wisdom, who's the chair of the theater department, is very convincing.
Okay. So what kind of history do you have with acting before you were a student here or while you've been a student here?
My dad did a lot of acting when I was little, and I would just kind of follow him around from job to job, and it was really cool to just see him act. So growing up, I never really took part until I got older, especially when I got into college. But I just figure acting's the closest we're gonna get to like time travel, and that's pretty rad to me. So I definitely want to be a part.
Yeah, that's a really cool way to look at it. So what is your character in the play?
I get to play Noah Curry, who is the older brother of the main character, Lizzie Curry. And he has one younger brother named Jimmy, and they live with their dad, Pop, and we just call him HC. And we don't have a mother anymore, so we really lean on him for our guidance, just for input. But Noah is trying to take on this mantle of responsibility, and sometimes he can take it a little bit too far, and he weighs heavy on his siblings, the people that work for them, and people really notice. So Noah is the older brother trying to take over responsibility for the family farm.
Okay. How did you prepare for that role?
We have two really great directors, Mrs. Lawley and Dr. Wisdom, and they really took the lead on coaching and preparing us for each of our roles. And I know they took extra time with me because I needed it. And they're really great coaches, and as long as I just sit there and listen and take notes and really think about it. And honestly, we rehearse a lot, but practice sometimes takes more time than that. You have to meet outside of rehearsal, sometimes with your directors one-on-one, just trying to hone your craft and understand what you want to portray on stage. So it takes a lot of work, and they've been very patient. They're awesome. They're really amazing.
Yeah, sounds like it. You told me kind of what the play is about. Can you tell me what a main message is that you hope the audience takes away from when they see the play?
The play does have to do with drought, but I think we can all understand that there's been times in our own lives where we've felt drought emotionally or spiritually, as opposed to just not having rain. And this really dives deep into that, especially with Lizzie's character. And Annalise Williams, she's playing Lizzie. She does a great job of conveying that emotional drought that she feels throughout the play. And we hope to see a resolution in the end, but really it kind of uses the setting of a drought without water to set the stage really for showing how people with emotional drought can work through that, push through that, and eventually find a very fruitful and rewarding end to a beautiful story.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think is something that the community can gain from going to see theater here at Evangel?
Definitely people come to see the shows. We hope that they are able to maybe identify, at least partly, with one of the characters, and to see them work through struggle, to see them get through hard times, and to see them go from a position of being sad or upset to a position of joy, and finding that joy and finding hope. Really, we want to deliver hope to people. That's what we really hope for, and I think that this is a great opportunity to do that, to communicate a beautiful story that people can hopefully see themselves in. Is an easy way to just visually identify with another group of people, like through a show.
Yeah, definitely. What is your favorite part? What is the most fun part of being part of the play?
Definitely the time spent together. We talk about it backstage. When we look back on previous performances, or like when we're long gone from Evangel and we look back at theater and think on it, we're gonna remember the late nights being with each other, spending time, the going out to Steak and Shake, and just fellowshipping, even more than the performances, which the performances are great, but the time spent with each other, fellowshipping and just building relationships, that's the beauty in it.
Yeah, I was in theater in high school, and we became like family. So,
oh yeah, it's a family.
Yeah. Thanks so much for your insight into the upcoming production. Back to you, Brianna.
Thanks, Grace. So Kendall, I was shocked this morning. I was all bundled up when I came in. Are we gonna see more weather like this for the rest of the day? Because it's below freezing, isn't it?
Yeah, the current weather is actually 28 degrees. Last night it drizzled, so make sure to be careful if you're gonna be out on the road. For ice on the road, it should warm up to about 40 degrees. And as it goes through the day, it should warm up, but later tonight it should drop back down below freezing to 30 degrees. So if you have any Halloween plans, it is time to bundle up. It is so cold outside, so make sure you stay safe and stay bundled up. You can hear more about it later on in my full forecast.
Stay with us.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning. Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You can't keep true faith inside a church. You can't confine it to a few hours, days, or weeks. You can't share it with some people and hide it from others. You can't leave it on the side of the road to come back for it when you think you will need it later. True faith will shine through in everything you do, wherever you are, and everything you do will improve because of it, because everything we do grows out of it. Evangel University.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
More than 26 million people from California to Arizona are under red flag warnings as firefighters deal with blazes burning in California's wine country and in the Los Angeles area. At least 11 known fires are currently burning in the states. In Northern California, almost 200,000 people have been evacuated, and in the southern half of the state, more than 4,600 acres are still in flames. 70-mile-an-hour winds on Monday increased the severity of the fires, dropping the containment level to 5% in some places. While the largest of the fires, the Kincaid fire, reached a 45% containment level as of last night, the fire has burned 76,000 acres. 3 people have died this year in California due to those wildfires.
That's some serious acreage.
Yeah, and it's very scary, and my heart goes out to the people of California because I just feel like every year we're hearing about more fires for them.
Yeah. Here with us in the studio is Kendall Jeffers with our full weather forecast. Kendall?
Thanks, Grace. So today is Halloween, and for Halloween, we are going to have, right now it is 28-degree weather, which is below freezing. So if you have to get out on the road, stay safe and make sure there's no ice on the road. Make sure to be careful with that. The winds are 13 miles an hour. And today, it should get up to about 42 degrees. It should be clear all day, but as you can see, the winds are going to be high, and there's not going to be a lot of rain today. It's just going to be 42 and clear. Tonight, it's going to stay clear, and it's going to drop down to about 31 degrees, which is below freezing. And so if you have any plans for Halloween, make sure to be careful for the ice and to just bundle up. And looking at the radar, you can see that there was rain and a storm coming in through here and through here, but it's pretty much past us now, so that's why it is clearing up, but it is coming in, moving east. Looking at the national forecast, as you can see, there's this rain coming in here, and In Kansas, there is snow coming in, and that's riding along I-35, and so it will be coming up through Kansas City. Most likely it will pass us, but we do have some mixed precipitation, and so there's some rain and some sleet, and I have all of this stuff coming in through here, and some possible flooding over here. Looking at the highs for today, in Missouri, as you can see, it's going to be cooler in the 40s and the 30s. And then down here in Florida, as you can see, it's still down in the 90s. Over here, it's in the 60s and 70s through here. And where we are, it is 40s and 30s. Looking at the 6-day forecast, as you can see, it's going to warm up throughout the couple days. Monday, it's going to get as high as 61, and then showers come in, and at night, however, the weather is in the 30s, which is below freezing for the next couple days, and then it should warm up after that in the next few days. That's all I have here in the weather. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kendall. Coming up next, Trump gives updates on ISIS.
And Damaris Little has the latest on sports. Stay with us.
You can't keep true faith inside a church. You can't confine it to a few hours, days, or weeks. You can't share it with some people and hide it from others. You can't leave it on the side of the road to come back for it when you think you will need it later. True faith will shine through in everything you do, wherever you are, and everything you do will improve because of it, because everything we do grows out of it. Evangel University.
What this place needs is better graduation rates.
What this place needs is less childhood obesity.
What this place needs is free help with taxes.
What this place needs is healthy breakfast.
What this place needs is fitness programs for kids.
What this place needs is early readers.
What this place needs is mentors for teens.
What this place needs is people to join us. What this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
How do we learn? We learn from study, practice, and concentration. We learn from falling down and from getting back up. We learn from those who have gone before us. We learn from each other. And we learn from looking inside ourselves. And as we learn to learn, we grasp more than just knowledge. We learn the wisdom to apply it. Because learning is more than discovering how to do what we do. It's also discovering why we do it. Evangel University.
Following the death of ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, President Trump tweeted on Tuesday that Baghdadi's likely successor is also dead. The White House did not immediately clarify which ISIS leader the president was referring to, but a State Department official did confirm on Monday that a strike did kill ISIS spokesman Abu al-Hassan al-Humajir in a strike on Sunday. Just yesterday, the Pentagon did declassify the video showing the raid that killed al-Baghdadi. U.S. Central Commander Kenneth McKenzie Jr. explained the video to reporters at the Pentagon, informing them that al-Baghdadi was wearing a suicide vest at the time and had 2 small children with him when it was detonated. It's really sad. We see it as a victory, but also at the end of the day, it's sad. But on a brighter note, as a part of that raid, there was a beautiful Belgian Malinois, if I'm saying that right, dog that was a part of the raid that went with our military to go scope that out, and he is now a little social media hero.
Wow.
So he was injured in the explosion, but he is doing okay.
Well,
so we
that's
have
good.
a new doggy hero.
Well,
in
that's
America.
awesome. Damaris, what's going on in the sports world?
Well, Grace, the 9th-ranked Evangel Crusader football team will continue their march through the Heart South Division this weekend. The Crusaders will be taking on the Missouri Valley Vikings on Saturday in what will be Evangel Senior Day, as it is the final regular season home game the Crusaders will host this year. Evangel is coming off of a 34-10 win against Mid-America last weekend, while Missouri Valley will be looking to bounce back from back-to-back losses to open up conference play. Kickoff is scheduled for 1 p.m. in Ozark. In a groundbreaking move, the NCAA announced that it would begin to put rules in place that would allow collegiate athletes to profit off of their name, image, and likeness. The NCAA's board of directors voted to make this stunning change on Tuesday, and the NCAA's top decision makers have notified that schools in all 3 divisions will need to make changes to their rules that would enable athletes to profit no later than January 2021. This move will also open the door for the return of EA Sports' beloved NCAA football game series. The game last appeared on shelves in 2014 before EA Sports scrapped the series due to several lawsuits brought on by former collegiate athletes. The Washington Nationals made history on Wednesday as they won the franchise's first World Series on the road in Houston. The Nationals defeated the Astros by a score of 6-2 in Game 7 after Howie Kendrick hit the go-ahead home run off of Astros pitcher Will Harris in the top of the 7th inning. The Nationals would add 3 more runs in the 8th and 9th innings, and this would get them the decisive Game 7 win. Despite the loss, the Astros were still considered the favorites to win the 2020 World Series. In more baseball news, ex-Texas Rangers All-Star Josh Hamilton was charged with injury to a child, a 3rd-degree felony. Hamilton turned himself in to authorities in Fort Worth, Texas on Wednesday after his 14-year-old daughter told his ex-wife that Hamilton had hit her. Hamilton's daughter told police that after she had made a comment to Hamilton that upset him, Hamilton threw a bottle at her that struck her in the chest, began cursing at her, and threw her over his shoulder and carried her to her bedroom. It was at this point when Hamilton actually struck the child. As she said, Hamilton pressed her face down into the mattress and began hitting her with open and closed fists on her legs. Hamilton was released on $35,000 bond and could face up to 10 years in prison if convicted. That's all I have for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks to Marius. When we return, we'll get another look at the forecast.
And Amazon starts a new delivery system. Stay with us.
Red hat. Oops. Red shirt, blue shirt, yellow shirt. Oops. Yellow pants, red pants, green pants. Oops.
The world is waiting for you to make an impact in the career field God has called you to. He has equipped you with the creativity, skills, and talents you need to be successful. And at Evangel, you'll be empowered with a dynamic education and a spirit-led community that will help turn His design into your life's calling for global ministry in every vocation. Unleash your potential. Visit us today.
Campus where students encounter a living Christ.
Guys, we're living the best years of our lives at Evangel University. This year's gonna be the best one yet.
We all have a need to experience life with others, to not be just another face in the crowd, but to have a small community we can call family. We need to receive individual guidance from the wise and be sharpened by those we live with from day to day. We treasure the traditions of those who have gone before us and form lasting friendships with those who cross our path, knowing that the skills, the memories, and the relationships we formed will journey with us, no matter where we go. Evangel University.
As competition heats up in the rapidly expanding food delivery business, Amazon is now eliminating its $14.99 monthly subscription fee to Amazon Fresh, Amazon's online grocery delivery service. Although a 2-hour Whole Foods delivery service was free for many Prime customers through Amazon's Prime Now delivery app, now it is all free to all Prime members. Amazon Fresh will roll out on Tuesday, and Prime members who haven't yet ordered groceries can request an invitation. Amazon didn't say when it will start taking on new grocery delivery customers.
Wow, that really is a game changer, especially for people that live in like very highly populated areas. And if you're getting ready to make dinner at 6 o'clock at night and you've lost an ingredient, it'll take you 2 hours.
2 hours to get it, yeah.
So that's really awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
But standing by, we have Kendall to give us the final look at the weather.
Welcome back. Looking at the 6-day forecast, the next few days should be warming up. By Monday, it should heat up to the low 60s. Tuesday, another front will move in. Some more rain is looking at. And late night temperatures, the next couple days are just below freezing. So you should be careful of ice building up on the windshields. That is all I have for you. Back with the weather. Until next week, back to you guys.
Thanks, Kendall. That's all for us today. I'm Brianna Rivera.
And I'm Grace Dixon, here with Demarius Little and Kendall Jeffress. This has been Newswatch Today. Please join us next week.